Glad to be with everyone. Great Friday night showcase. Happy to just drop by and answer any questions anyone has. Got no grand announcements.
How are things coming along with the expansion?
We're not actively working on anything right now. We're just kind of watching what's happening like everyone else. In fact, our hope is that there is no expansion and all conferences that are at 12 stay at 12. That would be our hope. We're very happy with where we're at, and we got a lot to do over the next year.
Larry, how do you react to the Colorado comments that they don't want you to take any more people from the Big 12? They left those guys.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to dignify the comments that were made.
How different of a position are you in as opposed to seeking versus now being sought out?
Oh, it's a completely different situation for last year. Last year we were very transparent, very proactive. I felt like we needed to expand to move from a 10-team conference to a 12-team conference as we were about to go into our TV negotiations for a lot of good reasons. So we were very overt about it. Ever since then, we've been moving forward, building around a 12-team conference, football championship game. We've got a new logo. We've got new TV networks all based around that. So we haven't spent 1 minute thinking about going further. That's not our desire. It's when all this discussion started happening in the Big 12, and it seems like the SEC is going to go beyond 12, and schools start approaching us. It causes us to take a step back and have to think about the future if the landscape's going to change.
Larry, do you see it as inevitable about a 16 or greater number of members conferences having?
I've seen further consolidation as inevitable. I said so last year, and I think I've been consistent about that. Not that I've been trying to advocate or push for it. It just became very clear to me last year when it almost came to fruition. We were talking to TV partners about it. We saw the merits in it. So it's pretty clear to me it's going to happen. Never in a million years would I have said in 12 months you'll see movement around that again. So I think this has caught everyone by surprise that this instability has kicked up again. But it's been pretty clear to me that with the current setup, there's going to be certain conferences that are very stable, others that are maybe unstable, with some schools that are aspirational, looking for something else. And that's why I thought, amongst other reasons, that we would see further consolidation at some stage, but I never would have thought we'd be having the discussion right now.
Speaking of that, just administratively, do you have a reaction to seeing all this stuff going on in the Big 12 with the threats of lawsuits and things like that? How hard is that for an administrator or commissioner to deal with?
Yeah, well, it's unfortunate. I don't think anyone likes to see it. I don't think it's good for college football for this kind of dirty laundry to be aired. I feel bad for Dan Beebe. In fact, I talked to him today. He was going to be here, but he's not. And we chatted today, and I told him I feel bad for him personally. No one wants to go through something like that. So I do hope it gets sorted out one way or another pretty quickly.
If the conference were to expand, is it 14? Is it 16? Or do you have, is there a number that's better than another?
Well, no, we don't have a number because this is not something we've been planning on or working on. So really not going to answer a hypothetical like that.
Well, why is it you don't want to expand? You say right now you don't.
Because we think 12 is a good number, and when we look at our peer conferences, the SEC, Big 12, they're at 12 too. So we feel like there's an evenly balanced competitive landscape, and with the new TV deal that we've done, with the new networks that we've formed, we're thrilled with our position. We've pretty completely repositioned where the Pac-12 is seen in the overall landscape, and we've got some real work to do to make 12 work. We've got a long agenda of things we've got to do. Launch TV networks next year. So there's just a lot that we're focused on doing, and this is a major distraction right now.
Larry, can you just reflect on just these first couple of weeks of the season of this new conference? I mean, how do you feel it's gone and these level of competition rates?
Oh, I'd like our win-loss record to be a little bit better at this stage, but there's a lot of excitement about the new conference. We've got one of the things our conference is known for is very high-profile interconference games. Our schools, I think, are known for sort of wanting to take on the best in high-profile situations, and that's what happened. We've come out on the wrong end with a couple so far, but tonight's a great occasion for us, and I'm really looking forward to tomorrow. I'm going over to Los Angeles. I'm going to be there for the first ever Pac-12 conference game between USC and Utah, so that'll be a really momentous occasion, happy celebration. Fans in Utah are just very excited about being part of the conference, and it feels like the dawn of a new day, and there's a lot of wind in the conference's sails right now.
Larry, do you see any expansion here happen? Would you see implications that have come about in details in terms of how the partners would see 16 teams? Would they see it any differently than the deals they've already made?
Well, Well, it's certainly plenty of complications. Heck, we had a lot of complications figuring out 12 in terms of divisional alignment, and ultimately you got equal revenue sharing and all that. But vis-a-vis our TV agreements, it wouldn't be particularly complicated. We've got provisions in our agreements that contemplate the possibility of expansion with automatic triggers for increases. So it would be pretty straightforward, I think.
If you see further consolidation as inevitable, why not go ahead and be as proactive this year as you were last offseason?
Timing and the competitive balance. We actually like the setup of 12. We had some challenging discussions as a conference about equal access to the LA market, how to divide, how access to the championship worked, and we're just settling in. We'd like to get some real traction around 12, and we got a long list of things to do for next year in terms of launching our TV networks, etc. So, it's basically a big distraction right now, and our preference would be that there wasn't more movement for some time. But if the landscape's changing, if other conferences are determined to expand, then we have to reevaluate.
Have you ever studied models that go above 16? I mean, are there scenarios where people would look at a 20 or 24?
Last year we looked at everything under the sun, but haven't dusted those off.